Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's recording. My name is Henry Smith from IamWealthyandRich.com. Thanks very much for joining us in today's video. If you've been following us on our previous videos, thank you very much for following us and watching our previous videos. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. As I said, my name is Henry Smith, and this is IamWealthyandRich.com. Now, the IamWealthyandRich.com is really an affirmation, a slogan, a mission statement that we need to say to ourselves. So it's not IamWealthyandRich.com. It's not about me. IamWealthyandRich.com. Yes, I use it for myself. So IamWealthyandRich.com. I say it to myself every day, but you need to say it to yourself several times a day, hundreds of times a day, so that you will speak that into existence. That, among many other things, and I'll show you how to get to that information later. So what this is about, wealth creation in action. What I decided a year ago is that, I decided I've had enough of being broke, basically, and I wanted to join the top 5% and eventually the top 1%, but I had no money. But I did have some personal development mindset training techniques, which I've picked up over some time, and I'd finally had some additional information which I was able to add to things I've already learned, and I started practicing it. These were designed to create what we call a wealth and prosperity mindset, instead of what I had before was a poverty mindset. That's why I wasn't attracting wealth. So I knew that in order for me to become wealthy, I finally came to the conclusion, I understood that in order for me to finally become wealthy, I've tried many different schemes and things and ways. I had to really develop a wealth and prosperity mindset. And so I decided to start doing that. I started that from February the 4th, 2020. And I've never missed a single day of my training, and it has certainly transformed things. Now, it didn't happen overnight, but it certainly transformed me. So I had no money. Eventually, then, after doing it for several months, I was able to, well, a few months, I was able to acquire money and acquire even more money, capital, should I say, to invest in investing strategies. And I learned investment strategies. And the wealth prosperity mindset combined with the wealth with a prosperity investment strategy certainly started changing things, because obviously you've got to apply to something practical in the real world. So that went on all last year, and until it hit six figures at the end of last year, 2020, and January 2021, I decided to start recording it in February. Start recording, tracking my daily figures as they were going up or down. They were going up because it's to do with the markets. And I primarily invest in, well, at this stage, is in cryptocurrencies, digital assets, Bitcoin and other altcoins. And through extensive research, the other altcoins were chosen, not just picked out blindly. And I just want to say, disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a financial advisor, and do your own research. Investments can be risky, so don't invest more than you can afford to lose, etc. So I'll just let you understand that disclaimer. But I decided to start recording it, and I could help other people. I can go from where I was from 0 to 6 figures. I can certainly show people how to do the same. So that's the purpose of these videos, to kind of show you, and I'm basically leading by example. If you want to show somebody, you've got to lead by example. So I decided to track my figures every day, and actually from the 22nd of February this year, start showing it live, well, not live, but as I do it on a daily basis, just to show you the progress of how a multi-million or £1 million or $1 million portfolio is built. It's not built overnight, it's a gradual thing, but you're actually watching that. That's why I call it wealth creation in action. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and add and see what today's figures are. They're connected to a live feed, into a spreadsheet, and then I add the summaries to and just share my screen. And then I talk about, I'll cover a couple of other topics, and then we wrap up for the day. So let's just share my screen quickly. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet that I've been updating, and since the 1st of February. So by the end of January, 1st of February, got to 106,000. I was starting with a modest amount, and every day I've been adding. This is the kind of the total overall amount. And some days it's gone backwards, and sometimes most of the days it goes forward. Sometimes the days it goes backwards, we put it in red. The days it goes forward, we put it in green. and so on and so forth. So you can see we've had forwards and backwards because it's a market. And at the end of the February, the first month, you know, it reached 143,000, which was a $860.62 rise over the 106, which is 35.7%. So it's growing. As long as it's moving in the right direction, fine. I don't mind when it goes back. And even, you know, we continue into March. And, you know, like yesterday, we went back 2,000, and that's not a problem. You know, the day before that went for 20,000, so I don't have a problem with that. You know, during the week, during the first couple of week or so in March, there was a 47,000 week between the 8th and the 14th, I believe. So it's all good. And like I said, every day is different. And so today we're going to add today's date rather, which is the 20th of March, and the time 16:28. And I go to our asset summary here. We have many different asset groups, but I'm only covering one of the asset groups, and this one consists of one whole Bitcoin, and a selection of the right chosen altcoins. Okay, altcoins are other cryptocurrencies apart from Bitcoin. They're all known as altcoins, but there are some good ones and there are some not so good ones. So it's a matter of choosing which are the right ones, and we have an assortment here which have been carefully analyzed and chosen, and that's what makes up this portfolio. And so I'll start with this one first. 191,569. 191,569. 191,569. And was it 32 or something? Or 63. 63 cents. 63. Change that round. 63. And that is lower than yesterday, but that's okay. It's not a problem. That's still going to stay red. That's minus 1.5. And this one also seems to be a little low as well. So this is 250. So 250, 8, 5, 6, and 35. 250, what was that? 8 what? 8, 5, 6, 35. 856.35, 856.35. And that's lower than yesterday as well, so that will stay in the red. That's minus 1,336, and that's fine. Because like I said, you know, we've had days when it's gone backwards 4,000, even 13,000, even 21,000. We've had a time when it went back to 21,000. You know, I don't worry about things like that. Because we've, like I said, had dates when we've gone forward 18,000, 13,000, you know, 14,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 13,000, and so on, even 20,000. So overall, as you can see, the overall on this year is 144,000 as opposed to 106. So it's certainly going forward. So we'll see. We'll continue to track it until the end of the month, because this is a market. Markets are alive. They are dynamic. They move. They ebb to and fro, up and down, and that's just the way markets go. One needs to have a mature mindset in order to, an investment mindset. You need to put your investment cap on in order to, shall we say, stomach or navigate the ups and downs of the markets. I'm not a trader. This is not to do with trading. This is just investing. And so that's why, and like I said, we know roughly the direction the market is going. So, like I said, there's two sides to the equation of wealth creation. There's the mindset. There's two parts of the mindset. There's having the mature mindset, the understanding mindset, you know, understanding about trends and so on mindset. But there's also programming your mind to attract and accept wealth, because most people, 95% of people on this planet, their mind is programmed to repel wealth, even though they don't want to admit that. Okay, but there is training you can do to reverse that process, and it's available free on our website, IamWealthyandRich.com. There's a link below the video. Just click on that, fill in the short form on the right-hand side, and get access to the training. It's absolutely free. Within a short period of time, and I don't mean a few days, I'm talking about months. If you apply it diligently the way I explained to you to apply it, you will reverse that process. Then the second equation, part of the equation, is having a wealth a strategy, an investment strategy or a business strategy. Now, this is not a business strategy. This is a wealth a wealth strategy, an investment strategy. That's what I'm using in this case, because there are many different business strategies, but this is really about how to understand the game of money and play it well. So our website, on our website, I'll just go to a website before I explain something to you. I'll go to our website in a minute. What I want to do is share the screen to explain something to you. So let's see. Okay, I can't do that just yet. So let's go to share screen. Oh, I know how to do it. I click on that. I click on that. Oop, I can't see my screen. Okay, so I have to share screen first. And I'll click on that. So I just want to, I kind of, it's a puzzling question, and lots of people discuss this, millionaires, billionaires discuss this question, that why does it take so long for most people to really understand the best way to make wealth, to understand, accept trends? People are people, and that's the way they just behave. Why do some people not see an opportunity and some people see an opportunity? Two people can be looking at the same opportunity and not see it, and everybody deserves to become rich, become wealthy. Becoming wealthy and rich, you make the most of your life by making yourself rich. And you can literally make yourself rich, but you make the most of your life by making yourself rich, because you can do so many things. It gives you more options. Well, money gives you options. As you help yourself, you help others. You're in a better position to help others. You talk about, some people see charities and good causes. Well, if you had the money, you can donate more to those good causes. Those good causes require money. They don't require sympathy, they require money. And so, I remember a particular lady was talking about how that people were protesting against a field, a piece of land or a tree, and some trees and so on, that they didn't want the government, the local government, to knock down those trees, and so these kind of eco-friendly, I don't know what I can't remember the fraction of the name of their organization. They tied themselves to a tree, and things like that, because out of protest. And one of the ladies speaking, and this was years after, and she became an entrepreneur and really understood the importance of controlling and building your own wealth. She said she remembers back in them days when she tied herself to a tree, and she realized that, you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Because these are wise people's, wealthy people's words of wisdom. You're either part of the problem or part of the solution. And she realized, all this tying herself to the tree. Listen, if she had some money, real money, she could have bought the damn field in the first place and prevented that. You understand? Because she had no money, they had to do silly things like tying themselves to a tree. Okay, so you could help yourself and help others by making, you make the most of your life by being rich. You don't make the most of your life by being broke. It doesn't serve you, okay, at all. So make up your mind and become wealthy and rich. You can become wealthy and rich, okay, if you make up your mind. You take the first step. It's one step at a time. It will not happen the next day. But people often take their time before they see things. It's called they see opportunities, different opportunities. Some people, opportunities are right in front of your face and you can't see them. And that's the way people are in everything. And I've just shown them as an example. So I think people have a paradigm shift. When your paradigm is, why don't more people get into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin? Why don't people take it up? People have always been like that. And I just want to talk about the rate of adoption, how people adopt different things. Really, really interesting. Human nature has never changed. Human nature is human nature, okay? And it took radio 38 years to reach 50 million users. 38 years it took radio to reach 50 million users. It took television 22 years to reach 50 million users. Yet it took the internet just 7 years to reach 50 million users. You see, the more advanced the technology, the more faster, more rapid it moves. You see what I mean? And we're just talking about 50 million users. We're not talking about how many people there are on the internet today. When the internet first came out in mid-90s, 1996, 1995, 1996, 50 million users was a big deal. And so it was, it took, but in a very short time. And when I remember when the internet came out, people said it would never replace television. You'll never be able to watch movies on the internet. Well, things have changed, haven't they? Those people are eating their words. It's quite interesting how things, but I'd like to even go to another thing, just to explain, people don't quite understand, rate of adoption, market capitalization, how much money is tied up into businesses, okay, before they're considered big, like the big boys, the big four, the big five, these big companies that everybody respects today. Amazon really struggled in the beginning to get people to believe their concept, but they kept at it, and now they're the giant they are today, but it's quite interesting how things grow, okay? And we're talking about, $1 trillion digital monetary network is what I'm talking about here, which is what Bitcoin is, and digital currencies are, cryptocurrencies are. This technology is more disruptive than the other technologies like Facebook and Zoom. They're all disruptive technology. The iPhone, that completely turned industries on their heads. Okay, digital monetary networks is even more disruptive, which means it's really going to change lives dramatically over the next decade, the next 2 decades. Okay, even the next 5 years, what it's going to do. And it's very important for you to understand that so-called big companies, which are big, how long it took them to reach $1 trillion. It took Google 22 years to reach $1 trillion. Google's a big and successful company, but it took them 22 years to reach $1 trillion, where $1 trillion market, they call it market cap. So the market capitalization, the amount of money that's tied up in Google business took them 22 years to reach $1 trillion. It took Amazon 24 years to reach $1 trillion, okay? It took Apple 42 years to reach $1 trillion. It took Microsoft 44 years to reach $1 trillion. You understand? So you can see Google did it in a much shorter time. The Facebook's not even at $1 trillion yet, so we can't add it to the mix here. But that $1 trillion of anything is a proven concept. Would you agree? $1 trillion. We're not talking about 1 billion here. We're talking about even 1 billion of something is a proven concept. But 1 trillion? Those are crazy numbers. And that is solid business project, no matter what it is. You've got to agree. But here's the interesting thing here. It took Bitcoin just 12 years to reach 1 trillion. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know if the penny has dropped here. You have got something available to you that can transform your life. Why are you not taking advantage of it? It is more dynamic, more powerful, more disruptive, more superior in its growth than anything before. It is the most highest performing asset of the last decade. There is no asset that has performed as much as Bitcoin has. Not to talk about other cryptocurrencies. You think Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market is a game changer for anybody who wants to become wealthy. If I just, let's just go to this thing. There is no asset class. This is a Bitcoin asset growth over the decade, almost a decade. It doesn't go back far enough. It goes out to 2013. But from 2009 is when it started. there is no asset class that has outperformed Bitcoin. So the cryptocurrency market is in a class of its own. And, you know, the numbers speak for themselves. Okay, what took Google and all these big companies to reach, it's done it in half the time, $2 trillion. And if that is, I mean, if that is not a signal, I don't know what is. The question is, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay, that's why I'm doing this based on cryptocurrency investment and not business. I could use a business model. There are many great business models out there, but I'm using a cryptocurrency investment because there's nothing like them. Nothing like them. There's nothing like them for developing wealth. Now I'm going to diversify into other businesses and so on as time goes on. But there's nothing that comes close to touching Bitcoin and the altcoins that I have invested in. So, you know, if you're serious about developing wealth, about joining the, you know, 5% to 1% group of people that have the money thing figured out, cryptocurrencies is one of your most surest ways to do it. Yes, there are volatilities, there are ups and downs, but when there's a down, there's always an up. And I was denying that it goes down and up. That's not, it's alive. It's supposed to go down and out. It's not dead. It's supposed to go up and down. It's alive, it's dynamic. Don't let that put you off. People who don't understand about making money or think everything has to be a straight line. You know, the only thing that is a horizontal line is death. You you're plugged into the, what you call it, in the hospital, and they plug your heart into that machine. You better want it to be going up and down. You don't want it to be going, you know, a straight line. That's a signal of death. So it's alive, it's growing. And if you're serious about growing your wealth, you need to get in. You know. So again, just briefly, let's talk about quick website here. So go to this site right now and scroll down, IamWealthyandRich.com. How to understand the game of money and play it well. This is the beginning. Okay, a lot of people don't understand the game of money, yet alone play it well. So you can watch. He understands the game of money and play it well, by the way. He understands the game of money very well, very, very well. But fill in your details here, name and number, name and email address. We'll send you a simple blueprint of developing that millionaire mindset. But that is really the beginning. Don't think you can circumvent this thing and invest without developing that millionaire mindset. And then there's some basic investment strategies that I'm used that you can follow should you choose to. And then if you really want the advanced stuff about the altcoins, you can contact us and me, and I'm happy to go through that with you. But get started, okay? Because there's no time to lose. So that's all for me. I wish you a really fantastic weekend. Have a nice day. My name is Henry Smith. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're the one, hit the notification button so that YouTube can send this video all over the place. Great talking to you guys. Have a wonderful day. Henry Smith signing over and out. Bye.